the fastest and potentially the most dangerous sport on earth, and one of the most dramatic. It's a technological showpiece where the difference between success and failure can be measured in 1,000th of a second. And it hasn't just captured the imagination of millions of fans worldwide, but hooked the big corporate fish as well. This is Formula One, and it's where sport comes face to face with business. The challenges that F1 faces in the future are the same as those that business faces. Throughout this series, we've looked at how the sport can be a role model for business. These lessons are just as applicable to the future as to the present.
I think that Formula One today, because of the pressure constantly to change, to innovate, to perform better, to deliver more and more and more, quite clearly that has absolutely unquestionable parallels with the business markets of the world today.
I put it as a gymnasium for talent, for the development of people. And I think it's a better example of that than any other business I know.
Over the course of this series, we look at Formula One in all its guises and analyse what it means for business, in theory and practice. From the factory floor to corporate boardroom, we examine the relationship between Formula One and the business that drives it. The sport is unique. Team performance isn't just measured by the balance books at the end of the year, but every couple of weeks on the racetrack.
Formula One's a great model for looking at the performance of businesses, mainly because it looks at relative performance. You know, you can think we're getting better and better in our business every year, but if your competitors are getting better faster, then you're going backwards.
It's become an unrivaled business that's gone global, from the billionaire playgrounds of the Middle East to the powerhouse economies of Asia. For 2 hours on a Sunday afternoon, it's a sport. The rest of the time, it's business.
Even in the teams that manufacture many parts for their cars, only about 40% of what goes in the car they make in-house. A good 60% of the parts are manufactured elsewhere. So these parts have to be manufactured to a certain standard. They have to be delivered in the right place at the right time. So learning to work effectively with your partners outside the organization in an efficient, lean way becomes crucial for success.
Clearly, a Formula One car, like a business, is a fully integrated package. It's not just about a front wing. It's not just about an engine. When you bring together the engine department, the gearbox guys, the aero men, the tyre men, what you're actually doing is you're bringing the heart of the company together. The Formula One car is a constantly moving platform of technology and performance. What's a company if it's not a constantly moving platform of technology and performance? It's the same thing.
In business, every single day you've got a customer interaction. Every single hour you've got a customer interaction. And each one of those is like a mini Grand Prix. You have to run your race, and then at the end of the day you have to count the points and then figure out what you're going to do better the next day.
It's about being the best of the best. And that is what Formula One is all about. It's about leaving nothing unturned. And if you can take that message via an involvement, whether it's management training, whether it's through sponsorship, whether it's through manufacturing, back into the general business marketplace, I can only see that's a good thing. I can't see it as a bad thing.
Everything about Formula One is at the top end of the scale, from the technology it uses to the money it raises and the performance of its people. It operates in an ultra-competitive sporting and commercial environment where only the best-run teams will survive. They've had to perfect ways of optimizing their performance while working at their financial, technological and human limit. The methods they've adopted are just as relevant for any organization which hopes to succeed in today's dynamic business environment. In the next show, we look at the great leaders of Formula One and their strategies for success. We compare them to their commercial counterparts and examine what makes a winning team and a successful business.